Hi guys, welcome back to the E4 rating climb. Today we're going to take on players from 600 to 650. Let's hopefully get the white pieces. Oh, yes we do. Alright, so this guy's a 516. In this series I'm going to try and play as principled as possible to be instructive to players at this range. And yeah, these players will be given the rating points back at the end of the series. I'll tell chess.com this was for instructive purposes. So, we're going to play in the center. We're going to develop our pieces naturally. We're ready to castle. Just very, very basic, but timeless stuff that you see from rank 516 all the way up to Grandmaster level. So getting the pieces out. Right, so here we can double the pawns, but they can reinforce in the center. And actually, it's quite a nice little structure they've got going. Instead, what if we get a bit more dynamic? If this... no, we're playing principled, right? So if takes, we double their pawns, but I don't hate their pawn structure. We'd love to prevent this pawn coming out here. What if we go like this? If push, we have to slide back. And our bishop is a little bit short on squares. Why don't we just throw in a little cheeky one, guys? As I like to say in football, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Take them shots, guys. Especially at these lower levels. And that wasn't an awful move anyway, you know, in terms of like development. That was probably an okay move. Beware of tactics where it's like, if they do realize it, it jeopardizes your whole position. But that was fine, even if they did realize the tactic. And this is the same guy again. Oh man. Okay. Feel a bit bad. Alright, so we're going to get a Sicilian. And against this, we always build at the center on the light squares to counteract this light square bishop. The queen supporting this. We love it. It's a classic chess goals tactic, this, guys. I've done this for a very long time, and we enjoy these positions. Even though they think they've got some sort of pressure in the position, they just don't. So if this, it restricts our dark square bishop's development. So we actually block with the dark square bishop here. And it's nice because we've always got this move. If they do really start piling on the pressure, that move just covers up, tends to hold everything together. A really gluing, cohesive move, this bishop move here. So we're gonna jump out again, playing principled, guys. Getting the knights out, and then bang to glue everything if we need it. But first, we can get castled. So we cannot take. If they take us, we take, and then they get this fork of the king and rook. So we do have to play this. Potentially giving up the bishop. I don't know if there's another option. Would we defend with the queen as well? What if this? It's quite a nice square for the queen to be on. And then if takes, we take back with the queen. Let's try that. I'm a little bit cautious about playing this, because normally you get your other pieces out before the queen, but I think this is fine. I say I like the queen on this square, guys, because this pawn is often a bit of a weakness, you know, and it interacts with the dark square bishop. It makes it hard for white to develop, because if they just willy-nilly chuck their bishop out there, they lose this pawn and sometimes the rook. So this bishop is hit, so we could go like this and intercept the queen and bishop. But there's also this juicy move if we castle. So let's just castle and see if they notice this threat. Forking the queen and bishop. And it's nasty because I think it does win the bishop. I think after this, the only way queen can defend the bishop is here. And then we can throw in an in-between move attacking the queen. But we don't actually need to. We could just take. But now that move might come into play, actually. So bang. And then after this, bosh. Hitting that queen. And the knight is defended by my queen. I think we're alright. Just checking they've not got any tactics. They're eyeing this square. So bosh. double checking this, guys. Oh, I've used quite a lot of time as well. I've lost quite a few games at this level, by the way, on time. So this is a challenge for me, even though it's lower rated players than what I normally play at. This is a proper challenge. I don't normally play 3-minute chess, so actually I'll put it to 3+2 in a sec. They hang the queen. What were they doing? 2 different ways. Yeah, I'm trying to think what... I don't know what they were going for here, but... I mean, take with the bishop. It's greedy. It's very greedy, but it develops another piece. It maintains this threat on the bishop. You know, it gives us everything. So yeah, poor old... is that Bugs Bunny? I don't know. So if takes, they get me. If this, they take, we take. We get 2 pieces for the queen. You know what? We're up so much material. We could do that. Oh. No, we're low on time. No, let's mate them. let's not be silly. Okay, this. Cheeky little trade here would be nice. All right, simplifying. We're trying to crack at the position. We are coming in with the... All right, Bosh, if they let me. Nice, all right, 11 seconds. We have 0 increment. This could get nasty. Oh my god, we lost the queen. All right, bash. Well, we don't have any increment. Yeah. Try that. They're just taking everything. Oh, and they actually are seeing stuff as well. They're actually seeing everything. Fair play to them. Move the king to like there, and then I can fork. Take all the pawns. Cheeky. They take my rook. They've won. They just take the rook. Take the rook. Nice. I don't know what I'm saying nice, but yeah, lost the... You know what? Let's resign. That was getting wait, no. That was getting pathetic. I was getting embarrassing there at the end. So I managed to hang every one of my pieces in the space of the last 5 seconds. So yeah, like I say, guys, time issues. So if we just dropped some points, 5, 9, 6. Oh, we've actually dropped points. Okay, this is going to be a grind, guys. We've got to get back up. We've got to get 650. That's the goal. 600 to 650. Now let's get some hydration. Let me just open this door. I'm absolutely sweating. Oh, is that the first time you've seen my full body, guys? Never normally see my full torso and legs. What a treat for the chess community. Right. Oh, that was a 900 as well. We could have got some cheeky points off him. All right, so is this 3+2? Yeah, it is. Nice. Yeah, because if I'd had increment that last game, I probably would have been all right. So, coming out. Being more aware of time this game. The first couple of videos, I'm just... Not videos. First couple of games within a video, I'm sort of readjusting to that time format. So now I feel calibrated, you know? Oh, that's a nice little breeze coming through now as well. Ooh. So here, bear. We'd love to take and damage the structure, but queen currently covers. There might be a little tactic here. Let's try this. I was thinking if takes, they take, I win this pawn. But obviously they've just defended that pawn now. But this is still an okay move. Pinning. Oh no. Just checking they're in a tactic to checkmate me. There is some tactics here where it's... No. It's always against like an uncastled king. You've got to be careful. So we get a cheeky few points. So we're back up to the 600 mark. So we're going to... Against the 491. Let's get the Sicilian on the board. Or actually, well, yeah. I'm going to, actually, in this series, I'm going to stop playing the Sicilian. I need to play, like, really in the center, basic stuff. You know, principled stuff, because they say you shouldn't even play the Sicilian if you're my level. If you're like 16, 1700, you shouldn't be playing it. So if this, I normally do that and just pressure the knight in the center. Okay, we get 3 pawns to the center. We love it. Now we're coming out. Maybe threaten to take the knight on c3. Damage the pawns. Hydration, guys. Yeah, we're fine to Fianchetto. Sniper tower activated. And now bang! It's arguably not the greatest move. They've got a dark square bishop. Maybe they can target these dark squares. We are going to have to really worry about these dark squares now. Maybe good move. Trying to get bishop here. So we're going to reorganize my pawns a little bit, just so they're blocking up the dark squares. And this also allows my light square bishop some activity. This is a gorgeous move. Not only opening up my light square bishop, but closing in their light square bishop. Because this pawn would have opened theirs up nicely. Key square that, e5. But we have some backwards pawns here. We got this and this. Let's give this guy a little... I don't know, what should we give him? I'll give him a love heart. Why not? Do you need premium to give a love heart? That's not very communal, is it? Right, this. They've got too much pressure on this square. Yeah, so that's a good move, I think, you know. Realizing that, you know, this is a bit of a backwards pawn, putting pressure on it. So we're going to hit the rook. They centralize. We come out with a knight. Although this pawn's still undefended. We could take, bank the extra pawn. They take my queen, I take with a rook. Get into an endgame. And I'm a bit better on time this game. Not as much messing around. So there's this pawn break, but after takes, it actually just opens up that light square bishop. So I think we'll leave these pawns as they are. I'm not sure how we defend this pawn. You know what? Let's let them have it. Favoring activity instead. This now. Defends, and allows castling, and the rook is already starting to be doubled up on this d-file. Good move, honestly. Trading it off before I'm able to get castled and get doubled up. And if I take, they get the open file, so it's best not to take. It's hard to know what to do. I can actually come back and defend the rook to try and castle. But even then, I still couldn't castle because then that would undefend this bishop. So, yeah, fair play to my opponent here. Okay, so we're down a pawn, but now we're castled. I don't know, who's winning? I think it's pretty even. We got this now, which wins that pawn here. This, I mean, that does the same thing. Winning this pawn. They come here. Where do I put the knight? The knight's not got a great jump, has it? It might have to go backwards. Yeah, this guy. See, players at this level, guys, they're good until they're not, you know? We just got to respect the position, like it's very even, and just hope that they do blunder. Which is the same in chess at most levels, really, but especially sub 1000, you know? So we can improve the bishop here, like this. Covering this square. They do get a check, though. So if check here, there's no more checks for them. Maybe this. Yeah, I don't think they've got anything. We're winning this pawn, maybe threatening back rank, so they're protecting that pawn. You know what? Let's bring the king up one, allowing the knight to jump here. I like this square for the bishop. Stops the pawn pushing. We've got to deal with this passed pawn here. A little bit scary, but we're under control. This might be an idea. This square looks nice. I mean, it looked nice anyway, but especially if it's hitting the rook. And then what? We might have to go for this pawn break to try and get the knight in the game. But actually, maybe we get the knight here instead. Thing is with this pawn break, like I say, it opens up their light square bishop. We don't want to do that. So here, instead, to reroute the knight that way. They take, I take. I don't see what that does. They're low on time. I think we're winning this pawn at some point. You know, we can even just march the king up. Takes. Centralize the king. And we're pretty dominant, I think, in the end game with this king. Look at that. Hit the rook. Take it. And now the king's coming. That's a great move, stopping my king centralizing. Wow. Under time pressure as well. Respect to this guy. He's played nothing like a 490. Played more like 1,000 rated player, something like that. Push this. So he's got increments, so, you know, let's respect. He could swindle me here. We're always stopping this pawn. It's not an issue. So this to stop it pushing, and then we go here and win the pawn. Yeah, this guy should lose on time, but he's doing a good job of adjusting to the time situation. I think he's realizing that there's no hope. Yeah, well played to that guy. What an absolute beast. I didn't play the best there, but shall I learn from this? What did I do? I made a few errors, right? This is normal. And here, I think trading off that dark square bishop was just a bit, yeah, it was okay. If I put my head back, it like helps me see the whole board. It's a bit mental, but yeah. And here they had a bit of pressure on me. You know, it says they're better, but as soon as we got to like this point, I felt all right, to be honest. Yeah, and the bishop for knight trade. This guy, a classic. Oh, they had a deflection tactic winning the rook. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Let's not look at that. Yeah. Oh dear. Deflection. Yeah, it's a classic thing at the low levels, not the lower players. Often knights can be more dangerous than bishops at the lower levels because people don't see forks. But yeah, the higher levels, bishop pair is monstrous. So this, bang, 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 or just take. That's just hanging. They got a check. No, we're just adding pressure to the pin piece. It's lovely. And we could be winning a rook here if they recklessly recapture. So take, hitting the queen, and they just snap it off. What if queen here, trying to set up some sort of... I don't think it was that effective, but yeah, Bosch, win the rook. Okay, we like that. If this takes, they're hitting this. So if bong. If check, we just... Oh. I slightly overlooked this. But we're fine. We'll just keep the king in the center. They definitely shouldn't trade when they're down a piece. That's just solidified the loss. So do we start centralizing the king? A little bit ambitious. There's a few too many points of material on the board to be doing this, really. You know, they might have a check. Oh god. Actually, this wins the pawn. Yeah, I think there's a rule, like, if there's... What is it? If there's less than 12 points of material on board in terms of the actual pieces, then you can... It's a double check. Yeah, if less than 12 points, you can bring the king out, but there's actually way more than 12 points. I knew it was a bit dodgy bringing the king out. But yeah, we'll try and trade off now. If check, we got this. Yeah, and they shouldn't have traded again. So if this, or here. Here. Let's go here. And then if check, we've got the block. Okay. Please don't trade. Don't, no. Yes, this guy not realizing that trading when you're losing, you just lose. Yeah. Like, yeah. So, there's back rank issues. Let's see if he sees. Obviously, the bishop covers. Maybe he shouldn't have played that to see if I would do that. But, okay, so we're going to storm down the board with the pawns, guys. Well, have I had one loss? Yeah, one loss and then one game I did mess up under a bit of time pressure with that. That deflection tactic, to be fair, though, last game, guys. I don't know, I'd need like a 10-minute game to see that. So if this... Don't move your king here because you'll get forked. Don't move here because you'll get forked. Yeah. So, guys, to move on from this level, I was teaching someone today. I had a 2-hour lesson with someone who's around 700. And the main thing you can do is just solve puzzles. To be able to see them tactics that just win or lose the game in a split second, that just transform your chess. So let's just promote a queen. Fastest way. Wash. They're never touching this pawn. Maybe shouldn't have taken that pawn. But actually, yeah, don't matter. Don't matter. If this, have they got a move? They've got this. Oh, I don't think I've ever sneezed on a video before. This video is just wow. So many firsts, you know. You've seen me in my shorts. You've seen me sneeze. It's hay fever season nowadays. I only started the channel in winter, so you've never seen me with hay fever. Like the first sunny day in the UK for a few months. And I'm still on the chess grind, guys. Inside, getting sweaty. Just, we love to... I said I wouldn't play the Sicilian, didn't I? All right. So we hit the queen. 6-19. Oh, that seems like a bad move. It's just, that queen is ripe for being targeted. Yeah, and again. They need to just... If they just put it back, I wouldn't have got these moves developing. And now there's going to be I'm going to get more tempo. It's just going to snowball. If this... No. If this, though... Hitting this, hitting the queen, if they take, you know, the bishop there. So now there's this, hitting the queen. And we're looking at this. They don't notice, do they? Yeah, see, guys, simple tactics. You know, revealed attacks, forks in the last game. I love the way, like, this guy just didn't even, like, take a second. He just played on. Yeah. Just no reaction. Normally when people hang a queen, it's like there's a 10-second delay on the timer and then there's a resignation. But this guy just plowing onwards. So we take this and we win the rook. We've not got any sort of defense. We're also just hitting that. Also, if they move the knight, it's mate. Not mate, but it's pretty matey, isn't it? King goes here, we get that. Oh, it's mating too, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so is this guy going to time out? We don't want to see this. This is not sportsmanly. What can you do, guys? We've all been there. I have done this once or twice in my time when I've got extremely raging. When I first started playing, I think I did it like once. Yeah, disconnecting, just storming off downstairs, grabbing a drink, cooling off. I like to create a little narrative about what they're doing. Just imagine their face. Their face. Right, so we're not playing the Sicilian, we're playing the center, we're playing principal chess. Oh, Queen's Gambit though, this is quite advanced. I like to do this. So if we take now, could we reinforce? Not quite, so they're putting a lot of pressure here, so we just reinforce the center. Now we've got the light square bishop out, we can play this move. If we'd played this before, we would have blocked in the light square bishop. So we just develop like that, pinning probably. But against the Queen's Gambit, you've got to be a bit careful because there is this check attacking the bishop there, but there is normally this. But in the Queen's Gambit, if you allow them to play, like, to get a pawn on this square for some reason, on d5, then this check cannot be defended by this because the pawn's there and takes the knight. So you just got to be aware of that little interaction in the QGD. Well, I think we can go for it. If takes, we take back. Yeah, let's go for this pin. Ready to play this. Right, we can play it anyway. And this is all actually, I think this is all theory. Wait, if here, bang, we get a bishop trap, so we do have to trade off the bishop here. So they've got the bishop pair. You know, that's a slight advantage. Not something I'm worried about at this level, but it's yeah, it's something to play good theory so far. So, bang. We've got a lot of defense on this pawn. What do? We get a castle, play principal, put the rooks in the center, and then proceed with anger. We're gonna try get aggressive. We're gonna put the rooks in the center, then we're gonna try and open up the center towards the king if they don't get castle very soon. They got to play this, get the light square bishop out. Oh, they're feeding Ketwood instead. Okay, so Bosch, step number 1. So if bishop here, what if we went like this? We'd love to trade my bishop for theirs. Here. Hitting the bishop might be okay. But if takes, I know it gives them double pawns, guys, but it's only temporary. They can't trade off this pawn, so I wouldn't say this is amazing. But we're making moves under time pressure, you know. Wow, going after my bad boy bishop. So we'll take this first, and then maybe this. I don't want to trade off bishop for knight. They take here. I've got this beautiful move, creating a little triangle of pawns. If I take, they trade off this. I think I'll take. I didn't like them taking to give me double pawns, so. But here they're undoubling their pawns, which is fair enough. Valiant. This. Itchy eyes as well. Do we go completely nuts, guys? We did say we were going to get aggressive. They've not castled. They've got weak light squares. Maybe we do a same side castling attack. If here, then knight doesn't look that happy. Knights should not be put in a sniper tower. Knights should be out on the battlefield, in the center, in the vanguard. That looks like a very nice move, actually. Very aesthetic. Hitting everything. Very nice. 1 minute 50. Yeah, I don't think we can defend both, can we? If here. I mean, that looks nice. Giving up the pawn, but lining up with the queen, maybe? And then we're going to develop... Oh my god, my eyes. We're going to develop a rook to the center. And then, yeah, I thought I'd hung mate then. I thought looking with one eye, I thought the knight was like, yeah. I thought the knight was here for a sec. All right, so we got, what have we got? Check to win the queen would be lovely, wouldn't it? If this check here, bang. There you go. Here, defend the rook with the other rook. What about bang? Looks quite threatening, doesn't it? So let's see if they'll see this revealed attack, but something we saw last game, revealed attacks, being a classic tactic that people at this level not seeing. So something to work on, guys. Yeah, this makes me so happy. You know, just having a knight in front of a rook and their queen being there. Just wins you a lot of games. That sort of thing. Ooh. I'm not sure about trading queens. I think I'd rather give you a little check. And then maybe come out. If here we win the rook. So they've got to come here. I think they'll see that. But if here, take... Don't do this. Come here. But then do we get check? Only move there or there. And then mate. Yeah. Brutal, guys. Let's make this last one. I know it's not quite 600, 650, but we'll get to 640. And e4 against the... Okay, good. We've got a Scandi. All right. So this is how you play against Scandi, guys. You hit the queen. Just don't worry about it. Don't overthink it, you know? I gave a guy, I think, his second lesson today that I'd done with him. Really enjoying teaching him, actually. And yeah, he was sort of worried about developing the opponent's queen. But and it can be scary. It can be scary seeing their queen coming out, but actually you realize that it's more of a target than anything, and you can develop and attack it. And you know, if they try and keep the queen out in the middle of the board, you know, you can develop, you can play that, you can attack the queen, whatever. So they correctly slide back with the queen. So therefore we're just slightly better in the opening. But like the Scandi is playable, but I don't know. It's just a bit anti-developing. If they take, we take, are we okay there? We have got an undefended knight, which I'm just cognizant of. This, we go, let's go after this rook. Maybe even this as well. We could try the same tactic. We won a cheeky game with that before. So if this, they sort of have to move this. Oh, let's not overcomplicate it, guys. Let's just take the piece. Just recapture. And then, could we target this square at all? Alright, let's just bring the knight back. I was just seeing if there's any tactics there. I don't think there was, but let's just bring the knight back. It's nice and solid. And then Bosch. Get the bishop out. We're ready to... We might castle along this game, guys. Let's get a little bit spicy. And yep, it's nice because the rook's opposite their queen, so there could be some issues here. This is what I like to... This is like just classic chess. You know, putting a rook in the center, breaking in the center is like thematic. It's so thematic. All right, so this, you know, takes. We're hitting the queen. It's nice and development oriented. So cheeky little knight jump maybe. So if bang, they take and hit my queen, which looks annoying. What if we pin this guy? That knight looks a little bit uncomfortable if we pin it. I just want to see what they do here, because they've not got a light square bishop to like step out of the pin. There's no pawn break, so yeah. We've got this coming now. They take with the knight, we've got the queen. They have to recapture the pawn. In which case they just get a big, bad, isolated pawn. Okay. We need to develop that last piece, guys. We need to get these rooks connected. I'm not feeling too threatened just as of yet, but it can be a bit scary defensively if your whole back rank is vulnerable. Yeah, let's connect these rooks. Take with the queen, so we don't want to damage the structure. And then the rook is very happily stopping them castling. Okay. So if they take my rook, we just recapture. We're happy. We get the open file. So if this, what if this? We attack the little pinned piece. Yeah, that's another thing, guys. Just drill that in. Attack pinned pieces. You know, there's often nothing they can do, and it just wins you games. So they put the queen there. Queen looks a little bit passive. And what is this king ever doing? Okay, they defend with the king. Yeah, it doesn't look great, does it? How could we protect this square? If this it releases the pin. I'm trying to protect this square so I could get rook here and win the queen. But this does defend it, so we try and take that knight off the board. Not clear. We've only got 40 seconds left. Let's just bring a knight in with check. It should cause some mischief. If check, they have to come out, and then we get take. They can take with the other knight, so maybe they're just about holding everything together. They're good until they're not, guys, though. Let's see what we can do. Check. So their only move is this. And then a cheeky checkmate in the middle of the board. Absolutely gorgeous that to end things off, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope if you're at this range, you can use a few things I learned there. Attack pinned pieces. Just before you go to bed, just, you know, just be saying that to yourself. Attack pinned pieces. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe if you did, guys. Cheers. See you next time.